Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for BroadwayWorld. Australian recording star Cody Simpson has stepped into the role of Dmitry in the glorious Broadway musical Anastasia, sharing the stage with Christy Altimore. And I had the opportunity to catch up with both of them. Officially, welcome to Broadway. How does it feel?
It feels incredible. It's an honor, and I opened this week and getting more comfortable every night, so I'm having a great time.
What I think I asked you last night, what do you remember about that first performance, like the whole night? What comes to mind?
It was definitely the blurriest of the ones I've done so far. It all went by so quickly, but all I can remember is that I had a great time, and I got through without my Broadway debut without any major hiccups, and I came off feeling really good and had a lot of positive feedback. So that's all I can really ask for.
So Cody Simpson and I recorded something very special, a video with a new souped-up version of one of the songs from our show, and I can't wait for everyone to hear it. It's going to be awesome.
He just joined your company. What's it like sharing the stage with him?
He is such a true professional in every sense of the word. I mean, he's been doing this since he was 13 years old. He's been a performer. So getting to perform with someone who's just so humble, so kind, and so special has been a dream situation for me.
When you took your bow that night, do you remember what was going through your mind? Because it's only that one night, that first night you make your debut, and then it's over.
Honestly, pure bliss, because you're out there, you're soaking it up, and you're like, obviously you get to bow every day, sometimes twice a day, but it's never like the very first one. You know what I mean? It's almost like your first kiss or your first love or something. It's like you got to treasure that moment because it can never come again. It'll never be your first again. So it was great. It was unreal.
Just talk about what it means to you to be a part of this gorgeous musical.
It's just a dream come true because I've been such a fan of Lynn and Stephen, who wrote the music for so long, obviously a fan of Darko, who directed Gentleman's Guide, Terrence McNally, who is a legendary playwright. So to get to not only work with the material of such greats, but also to have subject matter which is so beautiful, this fairy tale story, which at the heart of it, it's a mystery, it's a love story, and it's about family and finding our family and the importance of love and the people that we care about.
You have millions of fans from records and from concerts. They've seen you in concert, but you're going to introduce a whole new audience to see a live Broadway show because you're in it. Right. And it's going to change their whole life forever. What that means to you?
It's unreal. Already this first week, I've had quite a few people that were familiar with, my music and my band and everything beforehand and came out to see the show, and I got to show them a whole new side of, my work and my craft, and it felt great. It's a trip being able to be out there and doing something completely different to what I'm used to, but I was able to take a lot of experience that I've had in the past and apply it to this and only grow from it and build off of it. So
there are probably fans of his that are coming to Broadway for the first time to see him. Yes. I mean, what does that mean to you?
It's so special to have a lot of people coming to see Broadway for the very first time and having that experience, because you never forget your first Broadway show, and to be introduced to a show like Anastasia, which is really just about love and hope and moving forward with confidence in your heart. I mean, that's the best message ever for a first Broadway show.
Because you have that in general with this show. I mean, there are people, the last time I was there, it was like grandmothers, parents, kids, grandkids. Everybody was here in some experiencing a Broadway show for the very first time.
Yes, and that's what's so great about the show, is that it really is universal. It doesn't matter what age you are, you're going to get something out of it. And what's great about Cody is, his fan base is young people, but they bring their family members and their grandparents, and everyone gets to enjoy the show. It's not just for one specific box,
When you were first approached, what were your thoughts? Like, I'm going to go to Broadway in Anastasia.
I was really lucky that it was this show that I had the opportunity to be a part of. I'd been a huge fan of musical theater for years now, and only was it possibly last year or earlier this year that I started to audition for things and rationalize doing it myself. And then when this opportunity came about, it was just the perfect role. Dmitry as a character is someone that I was able to connect with quite deeply, and it was the perfect way for me to get started, for sure. And it's a beautiful show, so I'm really happy to be a part of it.
Just playing this role, what a powerful woman she is.
I know. I get to play a strong woman who, she goes through things, you know. She starts with fear and then she decides halfway through, I like to think in Act 1, that journey to the past moment, she decides she's going to move forward with love and hope in her heart and to have that transition. It's a dream for any actor to get to play.
Sharing the stage with the glorious Christy, I mean, what is that like?
She sets the bar really high, and I'm lucky that she does, because it's allowed me the chance and the challenge of meeting her there. As an actor, a first-time Broadway actor, and making my debut, it's incredible to have someone that pushes me to reach her, and also encourages and supports as well. She's obviously so kind and gracious and supportive too.
You know.
Just meeting all the fans that hang out afterwards to meet you, what is that like and how humbling is that?
Well, for me, it's like one of my favorite things to do is to get to stand out there. I'll stand for an hour. I'll stand for 2 hours if I have to, and to get to greet every person who came to see the show, give them a hug, and hear their story, because a lot of times they have stories to tell about how the story has touched them, has moved them. And nowadays it's like I've been listening to the cast recording on repeat, or just any old story, and it's inspiring, and it just makes my heart sing that I have the opportunity to get to shine so much light on the world through this amazing show.
If you could sum up the best part of the experience of doing this show, what is it for you?
Oh, that's a hard question, because it's really everything. The best part is that I get to play a role that I believe can move the needle in life. And you know, like we're not many of us are so lucky to get to play roles that actually like literally bring light into the world. And I feel like we raise the consciousness of humanity in such a positive way with this piece of work.
So my final question is, when you walk down that glorious street and you see the marquee and you open the stage door 8 times a week, what goes through your mind?
God. It's a rush, man, you know. It's every day you're walking in there, and you know, I wake up excited to go, you know, someplace that I know I'm able to put on a show and, you know, bow at the end and, you know, go to sleep every night with a smile on my face that I get to do this. It's really cool.